Today we are going to build a bot which will help us communicate with our computer by only clicking with our mouse and speaking. So the libraries are going to be used are these libraries. We are not going to need this one. The first libraries are for like Pygame is going to be for showing the screen, showing the images that we are going to take when we're talking to computer, and PyTesseract is going to be used to generate text from images, and GTTX is going to be used to make this speech reading to us, and we are going to play that sound by using play sound library. And input libraries, it is for like clicking and also for speaking and making the computer understand our speech. They're going to use speech recognition, a sound device, and a couple of libraries. We are not going to use audio. Why? Because it's not easy to build all the time, and I had some problems building it. If we were able to use audio, it would be much simpler, and we wouldn't use those four libraries here. But I couldn't import it, so we are going to continue with those things. So let me give you some outline of this project. I'm sorry. So it's going to be like we're going to use try and accept blocks, and right now like pass this for a while. And in this example, we are not going to use this bot for only once, so therefore we are going to use while true loop to continue using this app. We are going to have input text, therefore we are going to have something like this. We are going to have input location, then I just said like we are going to use the mouse, so we are going to need a beginning position, and we're going to need a final position to choose the area for like when we use PyTesseract to take the text from images. We don't want this picture to be reading all over, like we don't want to use all the picture, we just want to use some little area of the picture. Therefore we need an area that can define us which part of the picture we want to read. Okay, so how are we going to take screenshot? Right, so we're going to use like, let's say screenshot. We're going to use pillow, like PLI image grab. So it's going to be like this: image grab, that grab. This is the way we take the picture, but while taking the picture we want to sleep like, I don't know, 10 seconds, let's say, because when you upload a web page and this web page is going to be while loading, you don't want to take the picture when the website is loading. You want to take the picture after the website is loaded. So that could be 5 seconds, but I'm gonna go with the 10 seconds. Okay, that picture is screenshot. That size, we want to learn the size of the image so that we can make when we show the image we can make it smaller so that it doesn't block the screen completely. We want it to show with a small window. Okay, let's resize the image. Image that screenshot that resize. This is going to be the resizing part, picture that 0. This is the when we return the size information, it's going to be something like 230 to 450, let's say. The first value is going to be the x value, which is going to give us the width information of the picture, and the second value is going to be our y value, which is going to give us the height of the image. So in here we are taking the first value, that means it is the x, and we are going to divide it with n. What is n? N is our scaling factor. Let's say n is scale factor. We'll write the scale factor later. So let's move to the y coordinate of the image. It's going to be, again, we are going to be like scaling it, and then there's resizing algorithm, which is image dot resampling that langsos algorithm. So we don't need to know about that too much. Then let's save the image. Because we are going to use, after saving the image, that this is simple. Image dot save, image dot png. Let's say png. Okay. Now we save the image. Let's create a Pygame screen for showing this image. Pygame screen, which will be the same size with reshaped or resized image. Same size with resized image. Okay. Next screen is equal Pygame that display the set mode. Okay. Again, we are going to use the same notation we used up there, and and then we're going to say picture 1 for let's say y dimension of the image. Okay, now we're going to show the image as background image. Show image as background image. bg background pygame that image that load. This is why we saved it, right, to show it. Image.png. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create an area function so that we can use it here, and then we are going to create an we are going to, after defining the area, we'll use this area to choose the text from the picture, and then the computer is going to read us. So we need AI sound. Let's say it's going to read us, like sound function, and then we are going to record our own voice. So there will be like record function, Then will be speech recognition part, when the computer understands our speech. He will generate text from our speech, so it needs to be understood. Speech recognize. Let's say recognize. Now we're going to need to touch for, we need an input position for our generated text to be entered, right? Touch location, touch place function. Let's say touch place function, and then we are going to touch, of course, touch. Then there will be touch function. Now let's delete this part, and let's do this part. There won't be a lot of things in here. Let's say we want to kill this process because it's a while loop. It can continue to run for forever, and we don't want this. So we're going to say we are going to stop it. Keyboard interrupt keyboard interrupt, and let's say print key pressed, creating. This is not the best way of doing it, best way of getting out of a loop, but it will help us for now. It will probably bring some errors, but at least it will work maybe. So let's write our functions, right? Okay, then let's say area function first. Let's say running. This running is going to be for stopping the while function. Again, while running. Let's say screen dot width background image 00. Like, what is that 00 for? I don't know. It's probably like the location of the image or the location of the background image. Display that update. And again, now we are going to create an area by clicking with our mouse. So it needs to start, and it needs to have a start position and an end position, and it will be decided by mouse clicks. The start position is going to be generated by clicking when the mouse is down, and the end position is going to be generated when the button is released. So when the button is up. Okay, we are going to use Python events for this. Let's say event in Pygame event get. Say if event that type is equals Pygame that mouse button down, and then let's say x beginning and y beginning, those are the positions. Pygame mouse dot get position, and then we have a list right at the beginning. Let's say at the beginning we had a list, so we are going to append these locations to that list. X beginning, y beginning. Now I'm again going to use if statement, because I don't like, if condition, because I don't like else. I don't trust else. Let's say event that type is again Pygame that mouse button up. We're going to have our end locations, y end, and Pygame get position. Pygame that mouse dot get position, right? Mouse dot get position. Okay. Now we're going to say the final position is going to return these values x and y end. Then running is going to stop. How? When we say false. Okay, now let's create the touch place function. Touch place. Again, screen tablet background 0 0. Then Pygame display update. Again, we'll use Pygame events. If event that type is equals that Pygame that event that Pygame that mouse button down, mouse button down. Because we are going to click for once, and then we are going to say this location is the location we are going to put our input. So xi yi is going to be equals to Pygame that mouse that get position. Okay, then input location is going to be updated, but we are adding input locations, so it will be like this. So we are going to write the next function, which is text function. Let's say we need a beginning position, so it will be like this, and then we are going to say np.array beginning position 0, and then we're going to say multiply that with scaling factor and return the 0th value of that. Why we are using np arrays? Because beginning position has two values, which is x and y values, right? So we are multiplying both of those values. First we resize those images, so it's not, when we return the positions, they are not the real positions, they are scaled, so we need to multiply them with scale factor to return the real values again. But when you try to do it without using NP arrays, it doesn't work, because you cannot multiply list values with a number, so it needs to be a matrix to be multiplied, and NP array makes the beginning positions a matrix so that we can multiply them. And then we are taking the first value, which is going to give us the x value, and then we are going to take the second one, which is going to give us the y value. So np array, again, beginning position 0, then multiply with n and take the first value, right? This is going to be, the beginnings and ends are going to be the same. Oops. After that, we are going to say image for text. We are going to generate text from the image. Let's say screenshot. We took that image, remember, crop. That means we are going to crop it. And then how are we going to do this? X beginning, Y beginning, and X end, and Y end. Okay. Now text will be generated by using PyTesseract. If I wrote that right, it will work anyway. To string, image to string, as we can see, image for text, and then the language is going to be, I don't remember if that was an or ang, so anyway, we'll see, return text. Okay. Now the next function is going to be the sound function. Did I wrote it down? Okay, audio. We are going to use GTTS. That seems small to me. Anyway, text is going to be text function. Text function. And then the language is going to be in English, and slow is going to be false. We don't want it to read it slowly, because even though when you use Google Translate's voice, it is reading weird way, so if you read it slowly, it will be even more bad, so let's not do it. Audio, that's save, let's save the voice. Audio.mp3. Okay, let's say play sound, that play sound, audio that mp3 and true. Okay, the definition, let's say record function will record our own voice recording. Okay, let's record. SD is record. SD is, sound device probably. Let's see, sound device as SD, as we can see. We're going to record our voice. Int duration and FPS. Duration is like how long is your like recording, and FPS is like frame per second. It's going to give us but I don't know, that's not a video. Why do we need FPS? But we didn't use Pi audio, so we need to deal with those things. Okay, sample rate, I don't know, everything, as you can see. And channels 2. Let's do that, wait, and then write voice.wow VPS, and then record. Now data and sample rate. Say analyze the voice. This is the analyzation part. Analyze the sound. Okay, analyze the sound, the voice, the sample rate, sound file, read voice.wow. Now you may be thinking, why do we need this part? Well, after writing the voice.wow file, and when we try to read this voice to recognize what is being said, it was bringing us some errors, and the analyzation part solves this problem. It's just like I said, because I didn't use Pi audio, these things are happening. But if you're looking for a way of doing these things without Pi audio, that's the way I did, so maybe it will work for you too. Sound file, right, say new wow, and you can see that we are not using MP3 now. Sample rate and subtype. It was actually about this PCM16 recording algorithm. It was because of this encryption, like PCM16 encryption. Now record function, and then let's say definition or define speech recognize. Recognize that SR recognizer with SR that audio file new that wow as source, and then audio is going to be recorded record source. So like time that sleep for 1 second, text recognition that recognize Google. As you can see, we are using Google, and this is why we are using time.sweep, because if you are using this like Google recognizing too many times, Google can think you're a bot, and then it can cancel your like Google recognize API to stop taking recognitions from your server, like from your computer. It can give you like wait for 1 hour, and then you can use this code again, because it thinks you're a bot, and we don't want this to happen. Therefore we need to sleep, so Google doesn't understand that we are using a bot. Now speech recognize is finished, Okay, we recognize our voice, we generate the text. Now the touch function. Touch function. I made a mistake. Okay, touch function. Location is going to be np array input location, input location 0, and then pi auto GUI click location 0 times that n scaling factor, don't forget that, and then location that 1 times again scaling factor. Now let's say type the text which is generated by our voice by auto GUI that type right speech recognize. Okay, then the part we press the enter, send what we said by auto GUI that press enter. So if this code doesn't work for you, don't worry guys, I will share my GitHub account and the code, and so you can find them when you need. So we didn't add a couple of things. One of them is like Pygame initialization, and initialize Pygame that init simple, and we didn't say VPS value is like 441,000. This is like a normal thing. If you don't like it, you can change it. Duration 5. You're going to record your voice in 5 seconds probably. If you want more, you can change it. And the scaling factor is 2. And that's it. We are done. So now let's save this, and then let's try this again. We can use that with ChatGPT, so let's go and try it with ChatGPT.
Remembers what user said earlier in the conversation.
Okay, what is the future of AI?
The future of AI is expected to bring about major advancements in various industries such as healthcare, finance, and transportation. Some predictions for the future of AI include:
Where do you see in the future? It will give errors. So let's kill this thing.